As I mentioned earlier, you can find a general description of the annotated bibliography requirements and resources in the TRW Annotated Bibliography Explanation and Resources video, which is available on Panopto and YouTube. This presentation should clarify how I will assess the annotated references in your written project report. Given that this assignment requires full sentence paragraphs, the annotations should be clear, informative, and present an in-depth examination of the source. While your primary goal for a summary is to accurately represent the central substance of the source, you should use specific, concrete details and evidence to support your main points of summary. In this way, you should go a little bit further than a traditional 5 to 7 sentence paragraph summary. Our supplemental resources for research and critical thinking offer numerous strategies for summarizing informational texts and offering critical analysis of a source's content. These resources should build upon what you've learned in previous English classes. Again, this course assumes that you have met the prerequisite course outcomes, which include developing mid-level summaries of various texts. Rather than lumping your summary and evaluation into one longer paragraph, you should break up your summary into one full paragraph or a few shorter paragraphs. Then, you will briefly discuss the source, author, or author's backgrounds and evaluate the source's content. So you may remember that in your previous English classes and our research and critical thinking resources, you learned some strategies for evaluating different types of sources. So you'll want to apply those strategies here. You may also consider the following. Who sponsored or published the content? If the source includes documentation or references, you may remember that general sources may not always include formal documentation or references, but they may include appositive phrases to note the credentials of particular sources that they are referring to in the body of the work, or they may provide hyperlinks to particular sources that they are referring to in the body of the work. Then, you may also consider if the information has been confirmed elsewhere, disputed, or redacted. So to clarify this further, you'll want to see if the information in the text you are reading is confirmed in sources on the same topic. So you want to see if the same types of claims, evidence, or other parts of information are consistent with other sources on the same topic. Then you might consider if there are some aspects of the source you're reading that may be debated, disputed, or otherwise controversial. You want to look at other sources on the same topic to see if the information in the source you're looking at has been debated in some way, or if other sources argue against the particular claims or disprove the particular pieces of evidence in the text you are reading. Finally, you want to see if anything in the source you are reading has been left out, which is what is meant by redacted. So when something is redacted, this can happen for a few reasons. So in cases of legal document, you will see that some personal information that is confidential in nature has been purposely left out of the source or removed to protect those involved. So in those cases, you'll want to note that information. Other times, information is redacted, left out, or omitted because those particular pieces of information do not support the conclusion that the author or authors want you to reach. So in those cases, you'll want to look at other sources on the same topic to see if these other sources provide information that is left out of the text you are reading. If you notice this pattern in the source you are reading, you'll want to describe exactly what was left out in your evaluation. Finally, you should include such paragraphs for every source you cite in the body of the report and presentation. You can earn a check if you miss a source or two, but you will earn a check minus if you do not annotate 3 or 4 of the sources in your references page. Should you choose not to annotate your sources, only write a few sentences, or plagiarize the annotations, you will earn a 0 or F for this assignment portion. Again, if you have any questions about what constitutes plagiarism, please contact me directly.